VVS, I just turned the water on. Big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my truck, look like bricks.
What's up, y'all? It's your sister. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe so you can join the Black Women's Tribe. During Black Women's, them Indians did not cook no dinner for them puss-ass pilgrims. Black Women's Month, okay? Talk to me nice. You see it. You see it. You see it. You see it. Haiti's going to the motherfucking FIFA. Nous prenons FIFA. Nous mudano. Hey, yo foot Haiti going to the motherfucking FIFA. I don't know nothing about no soccer. All I know is I'm at the motherfucking FIFA. I don't know nothing about no soccer. All I know, namudano. If I'm like you red. Namuda FIFA. Pour le fucking pays, okay? Pour le drapeau. We going to the motherfucking FIFA, bitch. You put that whole stuff. We going to the motherfucking FIFA, period. Hold on. Let me. Talk to me nice, puss assholes. Whew. All right. We going to the motherfucking FIFA. How y'all doing? It's been a minute. How y'all doing? Happy Black Women's, Happy Black Women's, them Indians did not cook dinner for them puss-ass pilgrims, Black Women's Month. Thanksgiving is around the corner. How are y'all doing? This morning, child, I woke up at the crack of dawn. We were up at, do my phone. Mr. Issa woke me up 3:45 so we could be at church by 4:30. We had a big turkey drive this morning at New Birth. Shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant, Pastor Carrie Bryant. We was down there, child, feeding the people, child, feeding Atlanta. I hope that you guys are doing good. How are y'all doing? I feel like so much has happened since the last time I went live. I think before I went live last time, was the government shutdown going on? I don't know, but the government back, I guess. Whatever the fuck is going on, child. Nicki Minaj is MAGA Barbie now. What the fuck is going on? It's so much shit going on. Let me stay focused. Let me stay focused, child. Oh, you know what? Let me ask y'all this. How do I sing at the FIFA? How do I sing? Pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, marchons unis, marchons unis. Who the fuck do I need to contact for me to be singing the Haitian anthem down to the motherfucking FIFA? Can y'all let me know? I need to be singing the Haitian anthem down to the FIFA. Period. Okay. Let's jump right on in, not out, but in. We have a lot to talk about, y'all. Y'all seen the title. Y'all see what the fuck going on. Let's go ahead and talk about this shit. We're going to talk about Eddie and Wendy Osefo. But before we do, I want to go ahead and jump into some allegations that I believe. Okay. I want to say it does not take much for me to believe these allegations. Mia Thornton, whatever they said she did it. I'm a believer. Whatever they said she did it. Whatever they said she did it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and play my song. Hold on. I believe it. I'm a believer. I believe it. I believe every word. Do we really need to even dissect what she said, what she did, what the people say she did? I believe it. Okay. Whatever they said Mia did, I believe it. Period. But for those of you guys who are not aware, let me go ahead and include this for, but before we even talk about what they allege Mia did, let me just say this. I think I covered this when the allegations for Wendy and Eddie first dropped. Mia was so thirsty to come online and talk about Wendy. And I always thought that was very weird. Let me go ahead and play this clip. Y'all probably seen it already, but let me go ahead and play this clip. Hold on.
Like, I don't want no parts, okay? This is why my ass is minding my business in Atlanta, okay? I had enough. You know what? I will take my butt back to the strip club and make my dollar for everything. Don't be like, people, it's too much. Now, where are the kids?
So
everybody's so worried about my children, which my children are perfectly great. Where now? What? Now her kids are sitting here at school, right? Getting the breaking news that mommy and daddy have mugshots because they committed fraud. Like, that's ridiculous.
I hear that. I hear that.
Because she needed a story. Sharon just got out of jail. Now Wendy's going there. What the hell? We taking turns over here? Like, I don't want no parts, okay? This is why my ass is minding my business in Atlanta, okay?
This was so weird. And let me tell you what. The main reason why it was weird for me, obviously, for obvious reasons, it was weird because this is your cast member. Like, y'all may not be the best of friends, but the way she ran to the internet so quickly once everything was announced, it was weird. But when she started talking about Wendy's kids, and if you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, while she didn't say anything negative about Wendy's kids, she mentioned Wendy's kids, and there was a reason for that. So if you watched the last season of Real Housewives of Potomac, their reunion, the whole scandal of last season was Mia acting as if she didn't know if Gordon or Ink fathered her last child. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it her last child or was it the child before the last child? But she made it, her storyline was that, part of her storyline, which was a very just disgusting storyline. But a big chunk of her storyline was that she didn't know who had fathered her child. Can y'all remember which one it was? I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, fast forward to the reunion, the ladies were, it was the middle one. Okay. It was the eldest one? Okay, I'm not sure. It was her oldest son. Okay, it was the oldest son. Okay. So remember, the ladies were calling her out about that because, number one, that was just a really nasty thing to bring to television, right? It was just nasty to do that to television, on television. Like, these are your real children. Like, these are your children, right? But then also, if you remember, during the reunion, Wendy was the one that said, hey, what made it all the most weird to us was you told us you used IVF to in order to have your child with Gordon. And she's like, yeah. And so they were like, yeah. So with IVF, there's no questioning who the child's father is because of the process. You're going to know who your child's father is. And she was still trying to lie about that shit. Like, she was still trying to make it seem like, but ain't no but. It's IVF. IVF, you know who the father of your child is. And so remember, she was making it seem as though the girls were talking smack about her children. No, what the girls were saying is, this is bad parenting on your part because you know that Your doctor knows. Like scientifically, you know it is impossible for Ink to be your child's father. You know this. But because you wanted a storyline so bad, you were willing to lie. And so for her, she walked out the reunion because the ladies were calling her out on bad parenting. Like, this is horrible. Your children are going to have to see this one day. And it is all your fault. Because why? Because you wanted a storyline for this show. Mind you, it's like, what are you getting out of this show? Don't get me wrong, right? Like, being a housewife is great. Not just because you're a housewife, but because you're on Bravo, because you're under the NBC umbrella. Like, there's so many opportunities. So I've never shit on that, right? But what was Mia gonna get out of Real Housewives of Potomac? Like, let's just be honest. What was she gonna get out of that? So you did all that for what? For what? It was such a disgusting storyline. So for her to bring up Wendy's children, that's where that's coming from. Like, oh, well, she mentioned my kids. I'm gonna mention her kids. No. You and Wendy are not the same. It's just not the same thing. You lied on your child's DNA test, like literally. Like, it's just not the same thing. But anyway, for those of you guys who are not aware of what occurred, let's go ahead and check out this news story, child. Hold on.
For her arrest. You may remember she was wanted by the city of Atlanta on larceny charges. Police say it was in connection to furniture theft. She's now being held at the Fulton County Jail. Jules Thornton appears on the Real Housewives of Potomac television show. Police arrested a reality star today at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Here's some video. This is Mia Fields Thornton being arrested. She had an active warrant out for her arrest. You may remember she was wanted by the city of Atlanta on larceny charges. Police say it was in connection to furniture theft. She's now being held at the Fulton County Jail. Jules Thornton appears on the Real Housewives of Potomac television show.
What's crazy to me is, like, girl, you knew you had an active warrant and you thought you was just gonna go to the Girl, you thought you was just gonna go down to the airport and take flight? Girl, they do? People with warrants fly all the time. What? Oh my God. I always thought, like, once you get scanned in that airport, unless you're using somebody else's ID. But I always thought, like, once you're using your ID and they scan you, like, clank, clank, you're done. Like, you're going to jail. Whoa, jail. You're going to jail. Where's my going to jail? Hold on. I always thought, like, if you are in the midst of a warrant, you're like, and they scan you, you're going to jail. Jail. Whoa, jail. You're going to jail. Whoa, jail. You're going to jail. Period. Yeah, I always thought you were going to jail, like, automatically. No? Yes, baby, you missed it. That's the first thing I said. We're going to the FIFA. Okay, so I guess I stand corrected, child. I would never take that risk. Ever.
You know what it's for? Cool. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is I'll take you back to our precinct, finish doing my paperwork. And once that's done, you have a cell phone?
No, I sent it.
Okay. So we'll go back to the precinct. I'll do my paperwork. And once that's done, then I'm gonna transport you to Thornton County. So we just have a holding cell. We don't have like jail. Just holding cell in our precinct. Okay. If you want to, you can throw your shoes on. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead and real fast. Thank you. Good time. You want your hands? Excuse me. You want your hands? Hold on. Relax for a second. Relax. You want your hands this way, or you want your hands turn inside to praying? You want this way? What's your way more comfortable? Okay. Let's. Okay. All right. That's fine. We'll go that way.
Would you mind if you can't share that information recording?
Pardon me?
No.
I didn't go, I just had somebody else go out there and give him a picture.
Is it possible to like call him? He has the storage key.
Still got him, I mean,
Where is he still in the airport?
nah, you probably love it.
Okay. Yeah, where's Miss Call?
Yeah, I just wanted to put that furniture back. This is enough. Like I have several emails. My roommate telling me trash.
So this is a little confusing for me because it's like basically like it sounds like she's saying that whoever her roommate is, which allegedly it was Ink, which by the way wasn't Mia with Bobby Valentino? I thought she was dating Ink. Then she went on to be with Bobby Valentino. Or am I tripping? Wasn't she with Bobby Valentino? Hold on. I thought she was with Bobby Valentino for a minute. No? Wasn't they dating? Hold on. Yeah, that's... I can't play the music. This is 15 weeks ago. What? That's what? 3 months ago? Yeah, like they were spending a lot of time together, especially like over the summer. Oh, this was just 6 weeks ago. So not even 2 months ago, she was on an island with him. So she was on an island with Bobby Valentino, but she was living with... Whoa, talk about moving mad. Okay, so I'm so confused. I'm so confused. So the warrant details released for RHOP star Mia Thornton, bond set by judge. Former RHOP star Mia Fields Thornton was arrested at Atlanta's airport accused of stealing more than $11,000 in furniture from a furnished condo. They even said she took the remote control, y'all. I don't know what. I saw like another article where they said she stole them people remote control, child. I keep freezing. Y'all say I keep freezing. Why am I freezing? Why am I freezing? Child. A warrant alleges she and a co-tenant moved out overnight and took multiple items, including a sectional couch, TV, and dining furniture, including the TV remote control, child. They said she recently located to Atlanta after leaving the Bravo series. My thing is this, right? Stealing all that furniture in the middle of the night. That already tells me you know you is dead ass wrong. And just so y'all know too, I believe the apartment or the condo where she was staying, it was a fully furnished condo. So when she moved in, it was already furnished. So, you know, when it's usually already furnished like that, you are supposed to leave it how you found it. You can't take the furniture with you. It's like staying at an Airbnb. You know, you leave it how you found it. Now, why do y'all think Mia took $11,000 worth of furniture. While y'all cook that response up, let me ask y'all this. Because apparently she was living with ink in this. Ink, what? I don't know. It's just something about Ink is a successful radio personality here. You're dating Bobby Valentino. I'm not understanding. Like, they ain't got no access to no money. Like, what's going on? You frolicking with these men. They ain't got no money. Like, you're island hopping and all this, but I don't get that. I don't get that. Also, in the video, you hear her say, oh, can you please get such and such? He has the key to the storage unit, something like that. She said she just wants to go ahead and get all the furniture back. She said that I have several emails where you could see me telling him to give it back, give it back. That makes no sense. You're lying. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Why not contact the condo owner who leased it to you under your name and tell them, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be giving you back your furniture. Can we arrange to give you back your furniture? It doesn't make sense that you're just sending emails to who? Ink? That makes no sense. Like, it's just dumb. Like, I think Mia was moving into a new place and she thought she could come up. Maybe something in the old condo was irking her nerves. Maybe the ice machine wasn't working. Maybe the fridge wasn't getting cold enough. And she felt like, you know what? You're not fixing this. I'm going to take this furniture. That's not how this shit works. But I think it's something like that where in her mind, maybe she felt gypped out of something. So if you gyp me, I'm going to gyp you. Maybe not in Atlanta. I don't know what y'all be thinking, but Atlanta's not the place. Another thing too, let me tell y'all something. Those of y'all who want to move to Atlanta because you think it's cheaper and you could get more bang for your buck and you could live a more luxurious life at a cheaper rate, I'm here to tell you, c'est menti. C'est menti. I'm here to tell you, c'est menti. It's a lie. It's a lie. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. Whoever's telling y'all that, they're lying to you. Atlanta is not cheap, baby. Also, it kind of gives Mia, were you gonna sell the furniture? Like, were you? Are you? Who the fuck does this shit? This is like so crazy to me. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to Wendy and Eddie. Let's move on to Wendy and Eddie.
A scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
Huh?
We're gonna read the updates, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I do not believe any of this shit. I'm sorry. Period. Free my Nigerians. Period. I don't believe this shit. I just don't. And if I didn't believe it before, I more so don't believe it today. Because the allegations are so extremely and insanely dumb. I don't believe it. We're going to go through the allegations. I'm logging. What's going on? Why am I freezing? Hold on. Bae. Bae. Bae, are you lagging in your internet connection? Bae. Bae. This man is knee deep in some Krispy Kreme right now. I don't know why I'm lagging. I'm on the high fiber network. What's going on? What the fuck is going on? Okay, hopefully it fixes itself, guys. I'm so sorry. But okay, before I give my thoughts, somebody said Real Housewives of the Penitentiary. Hold on. Even the comments lagging. Okay, somebody said Real Housewives of the Penitentiary. I'm screaming. Okay, let's get into the updated allegations. What's going on? Hold on, y'all. Okay.
It will be fine. Now, did I know that my household would be destroyed permanently and physically? No.
Okay, so this is, I guess, Wendy talking about wife swap. Did you watch Wendy's episode of Wife Swap? Hilarious. Hilarious. It was a very good and hilarious episode. Okay, but let's get into these accusations. So, Real Housewives of Potomac stars Wendy and Eddie Osefo accused of possessing 40 credit cards using aliases to conceal identities. Okay. Real Housewives of Potomac star Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband, Eddie Osefo, who, by the way, is an attorney. This is an attorney. Are being accused of possessing 40 credit and debit cards and using aliases to conceal their identities. The Baltimore Banner reported today, Thursday, that prosecutors are seeking additional financial records of the couple as they believe they will show a pattern of excessive spending and support a motive in their criminal fraud case stemming from a reported home burglary. Now, we know previously what they've been accused of, right? They had this burglary last year, and what prosecutors are accusing them of, they're accusing them of setting up this burglary. Mind you, and I'm just stating all the facts, right? But mind you, the burglary happened while they were away, right? They are in a very heavily surveyed area. You want me to believe that these Wendy and Eddie set up a burglary that never happened in a very prominent neighborhood that is under constant surveillance. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's hard for me to believe that a very smart couple like this would do some dumb shit like that. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's hard for me to believe that they would be this stupid. And now fast forward to today. You're accusing them of having 40 credit cards and debit cards that don't belong to them. Credit and debit cards in order to conceal their identities. Mind you, you've already charged them with these things. You have also arrested them. You held press conferences. And from what it sounds like to me that these people are just beginning their investigation. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it just sounds like to me that these people are they are just now recently starting their investigation 18 months, like a year and some change after this burglary happened. That don't sound weird to y'all? She was literally taking pictures and items she claimed was stolen. The main issue was insurance fraud. Yes, absolutely. We're going to go back. We're going to go back and talk about that. But also, yes, they showed the pictures of what was stolen, but they showed pictures of her wearing the ring. But what were the dates of those pictures taken? I don't think that was Was that ever proven that she took and posted those pictures afterwards? Or was it that she had done her confessionals months prior and now the show was airing and she was posting those pictures? Because remember, y'all, when we're watching Real Housewives, when we're watching all these shows, right? Okay, for instance, Real Housewives of Potomac is airing right now, right? Whatever picture she's posting up right now that's from when they filmed. So when was that filmed is what I'm asking. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I don't think they're that dumb. Like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. In newly filed court documents obtained by the Baltimore Banner, prosecutors allege that the Osefos have approximately 40 credit cards and debit cards, some of which are believed to be in company names. Prosecutors also allege that the two have used the names Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy in a deliberate attempt to mask their identity. So you mean to tell me Eddie is out here with a debit card or credit cards with the name Eddie Hennessy? And Wendy is out here with a debit or credit card with the name Pam Oliver, who's a very famous, I think she's ain't she a sideline reporter? Do you mean they have cards or do you mean they're using those aliases? I use aliases all the time, especially in the mail, because I don't want nobody seeing my name on my mail. Like, especially like when I'm getting like stuff from brands or whatever, like I always have an alias. I don't even I try not to even put Jessie Woo on my stuff. Like, I don't want you to know it's for me, because people get nosy and they open up your stuff and they, now they can dox you. Like, so is it that they were using aliases for credit card? Like, what credit card company or what bank is going to give Wendy Osefo or Eddie a Eddie Hennessy? Yes, Pam Oliver. Yeah, she's a sideline. She's a sideline reporter with the wigs. Hold on, let me look up Pam. Does she still be Pam Oliver? Here she go, child. Pam Oliver, child. Yeah, this wig is nice. Yeah, this is how I poor thing. They don't use her name, child. But I don't know, y'all. 40 like if you said 2 to 3 to 5, 40. And then basically what they're basically alleging to is that, so if they were out here using Pam Oliver or other names, were they stealing people's identities? Like, what are you trying to say here? What are you trying? Somebody said, hi, wig. What are y'all alleging these people of for real, for real? Somebody said Wendy definitely started dressing good out of nowhere. Like, yikes. Well, let me explain that. Okay. So when you first get on a show like Real Housewives, okay, the check is not checking. Okay. Usually you don't start really to see like a big change or a big hike in your check for about three seasons. When you start your fourth and your fifth season, now you're in the money. Now you're in the money. Okay. So you can go from your first season getting paid $3,000 per episode, right? And you're barely getting what, like $50,000 or, barely scratching six figures. So now you're in your third season and now you're getting like 400,000, 500,000. Okay. So a couple seasons in, yes. Why do you think now we're seeing Ashley wear Prada dresses and like she's Gucci down to the socks? Like, you don't see Ashley's wardrobe has changed tremendously. You can tell out of all the housewives, her check was the lowest. It was the lowest. Now she's finally getting that housewives money. And her hair looks different. You know, she's looking like Doja Cat Jr. now. She's dressing better. Like at BravoCon, she was coming with the looks. I'm usually not a fan of Ashley's looks, but this season, she's coming with the looks. Okay? It's no secret the highest paid was like Giselle and the Grand Dame. That's no secret. Somebody said her divorce hit too. Yeah, her divorce hit too. The divorce settlement, that too. It could be that too. It could be that too. It could be that too. But something tells me that she wasn't smart enough to get a good settlement or a good prenup. I didn't do any research on that, but something tells me she wasn't that smart. Going into her marriage. Maybe she's smarter now. I think so. Wendy and I think they did a joint statement. Hold on. Also, let me ask y'all this. Y'all think that it's weird that they keep like that the authorities are publicizing all of this? Like, y'all don't think that they're basically having a trial by public opinion instead of just leaving it in the courtroom? IDK, it just looks weird to me. Like, why is every little thing being public? Oh, today we're gonna accuse them of this. And you know what it comes off like? It comes off as if Wendy and Eddie are learning about shit just like we are, which is weird. Which is weird. Again, listen, I'm not saying that it's impossible for them to be guilty of what they're being accused of. I am saying I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I think it's very weird the way the authorities are handling this. Why are you telling, like, every single move you're telling the public? Why? You're clearly trying to have a trial by public opinion instead of leaving it in the courtroom. And that to me feels like, okay, y'all got a weak ass case. Y'all got a weak ass case and y'all are looking for public input on your case. It's weird. Do your job. You had 18 months to have a rock solid case. So why are you out here doing press conferences and doing, it's just, I don't know. It's weird, but let me go ahead and read this. Actually, this is a little too small for me. Let me see if I can get it from my iPhone. Okay, this is their joint statement. Joint statement from the Osefo legal. Joint statement from the Osefo legal team. Ooh, it's still very small, child. Hold on. Ooh, my lord, Okay, at the outset, police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary despite clear indications of a break-in, displaying clear bias against the Osefo family. The Osefos heard nothing but silence from the police for over 18 months, despite complete cooperation and requests for updates. It is a common knowledge that other Real Housewives cast members have also been victimized after documenting their travel on social media, yet none face this level of scrutiny or criminal charges. That's them calling them racist right there, okay? We believe it is deeply unjust for the sheriff's office and office of the state's attorney for Carroll County to this is so small, to publicly expose confidential financial information about Eddie and Wendy Osefo. What is most disturbing is that the state appears to have begun investigating only after charging the Osefos, which is a highly irregular approach that raises serious concerns about motive and fairness. The conclusory Conclusory opinions about a case the state is obviously still investigating. The Osefos have never used an alias. Oh, I didn't see this part of the statement. The Osefos have never used an alias on any financial application. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for the delivery packages. Oh, see, I left a comment. I didn't even see that part. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Following their lawful purchase to safeguard the identity of very public figures, it is ironic for the state to assert or exaggerate the existence of any purported debt in connection with this accomplished professional couple. Due process is paramount to the administration of justice, and its breach is misleading the public with a false narrative has only compounded the harm. The defense is confident the court will prevent any further violation of the Osefos' right for a fair trial. I didn't even read that part. As soon as I saw this shit, I was like, are they gonna say anything? And I left a comment. As soon as I saw them post, I was like, I hope y'all sue these people. I hope y'all sue these people because it just feels like they're doing this all for the public. Also, again, I'm not saying that it's totally impossible for them to do the things that they're being accused of, right? But here they are flat out saying these allegations are false. 40 debit cards, 40 credit cards in other names is insane. It's just insane, y'all. It's insane. Does anybody in this live have somebody said, Jesse, you in the Nile, baby. The Nile is a river. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't believe it. That's what I'm saying. Somebody said, how do you get approved for 40? 40, y'all. Like, think of the number. 40. 40. 40. 40. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't find it to make sense to me. If it was like 3, I'll give you 10 between them. 40. Now I do know, like, when you have a business, you can have a card in your name and the business name. If there's somebody else that's like a co-signer, they can have a card in their name and they'll have their name in the business name. But 40 though, so I'm in denial. Y'all really believe 40 cards? I'm sorry, it just seems a little. Yeah, you can have multiple. You can have multiple cards. I'm saying 40 though. 40. And y'all don't think that the way that law enforcement is moving is weird? How they just want to keep feeding the public information instead of just taking these taking them to trial? My grandma had 5 in my name. I don't know, y'all. It's giving Jussie Smollett all over again. In what notion? Because now, according to that the documentary that we saw on Netflix with Jussie Smollett, it was all a lie. He was lied on. So is that what you mean, that they're being lied on? I don't know, y'all. To me, I just don't believe it. I'm going to go on record and say I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Something in this just doesn't sit right with me. The way they're going about it, the press conferences, and the way they said nothing until BravoCon, Wendy Osefo goes to BravoCon and she says, hey, at this moment, I can't really speak on everything. Obviously my truth is going to come out in due time, but at this moment, they're just allegations. And I feel like they did this in response to her saying, these are allegations, which they are. They haven't gone to trial yet. they haven't been proven guilty yet. So it just feels as though they're upset that Wendy went on that stage and said, these are allegations. She's right, though. She's right, though. They are. They are. Jesse, what about Eddie emails, though? What about his emails? Here's the thing. Let me ask y'all a question. Listen, and y'all could say, Jesse's being biased. I have no problem telling y'all that I am very biased when it comes to Wendy Osefo. Absolutely. But that doesn't negate all the facts that I'm laying out. I want to ask y'all a question, right? So Wendy and Eddie are in Jamaica, and they catch a whiff of Happy Eddie. They catch a strong whiff of Happy Eddie. I'm talking about it's strong. It's strong, right? So much so that they come up with this fake burglary idea so that they can claim things that they already returned and they can commit insurance fraud on things that they're going to post later on. And part of their strategy is captured through email. Eddie and Wendy, who live in the same home, doodle on the same toilet, eat on the same table. Eddie and Wendy are working out this elaborate scheme through email. That makes sense to y'all? I'm being like, please, like, does that make sense to y'all? Somehow Chris Colleen raggedy ass is responsible. The Happy Eddie was strong, Jesse. Even scammers mess up. Listen. But Jesse, their neighborhood has never had a robbery, but all of a sudden it happens to them. Okay. So there's no way that can happen. Listen, I'm hearing what you're saying, but how does what you're saying negate what I'm saying? Which is, so is it totally impossible that they're the first people in their neighborhood to get robbed? I'm just saying. Okay. I'm asking a question. I'm just asking a question. So is it totally impossible that they can be the first robbery in their neighborhood? Beyond reasonable doubt. What Danish deception? What is that? And why y'all keep asking me to talk about that? What is that about? Improbable, but not impossible. That's just my point. My point is it impossible? It's very possible that they could have been the first burglary in their home. Listen, I know criminals or people who do things are not always the smartest when it comes to criminal activity. But for the life of me, I don't see someone of their caliber emailing their spouse who they sleep next to, wake up next to, shit in the same toilet with, vacation with, parent with, are married to. I just don't see them doing that and basically strategizing the whole thing via email. Please, please, if you said and even text message, but if you said text message, I'll give you that. If you said text message, I'll give you that. But email, bitch, no. Email, 18 months of an investigation and you got email. You didn't get no phone records. They said it just, to me, IDK, y'all. IDK. It just seemed like a scam. It seemed like a scheme that Todd set up. This is a scheme that Todd set up. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. No evidence of robbery. Items traced to returns at stores or still in their possession. Double dipping on items in multiple insurance claims. They did that shit. Listen, at this point, we've only seen the authority side. I have yet to hear what those Osefos have to say about that. That's the thing. Like, I don't listen. I'm not denying what. And thank you for that comment. I'm not denying that, but I have yet to hear their side of the story. I want to hear what their side of the story is. And based on their statement, they said that there was a robbery. Based on their statement that they just released today, the one I just read, they said there was a robbery. So I don't know, y'all. Anyway, I just wanted to update y'all. 40 cards, 16. If I'm wrong, y'all, I will come back and I will say I'm wrong. I have no problem. I will come back and say I'm wrong. But if I'm right, what y'all gonna do? What y'all ready to do for me? Because I just don't believe this. I just don't. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Something about this is just not clicking for me. Scammers go hard. They don't go light. I don't know, y'all. Pay you to represent. Period. I had said when I was on Thursday, I had said I have interest in not going back, but actually seeing if I could go to law school. That is something I'm really interested in. So we'll see. But hey, for now, listen, we can kindly agree to disagree. Like, please don't drag. Well, anyway, y'all can drag me if y'all want. It's okay. I ain't gonna see it. But I'm just gonna go on record and say I don't believe this. Something about this it doesn't sit well with me. 16 felony. I'm sorry. Something about it it don't sit right with me. I don't see these people risking their freedom and risking not being around their children for this. Again, I might be wrong, but I just don't believe it as of yet. All right, y'all, I'll go ahead and save this. Drop that in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'll go ahead and save this and I'll see y'all in the next live. I was going to talk about Portia, but I'll probably just talk about that in the members chat. I did see what happened in the airport with her, which was crazy. But I think I'll talk about that in the members, y'all. Anyway, love y'all. Take care of yourself.
BBS, I just turn the water on. Big old flex, shit you never saw before.